Hello everyone, welcome back to another Starfield video. I think you all are going to have a lot of fun with this one today. So, one of the biggest questions that I think a lot of people coming into this game are going to be wondering is, how are gas giants as planets going to be explorable for players? There are, I think, going to be around 1,000 planets and moons as we know in this game, and out of those 1,000 or so planets, there's a good chance that a good chunk of them are probably going to be gas giant planets. So that is the question we are going to be answering and theorizing on in this video, because I think it is one that hasn't been talked about a lot from Bethesda and in the online communities, at least from what I've personally seen. If you're looking forward to it and Starfield as a whole, be sure to drop a like on the video, subscribe, and comment down below your thoughts on this theory of what could happen with the gas giants in the game as we get into this video. So the main place that I want to take this video idea from comes from a Reddit post from 2 months ago, where the user of Destiny is Not Just put up a post titled Gas Giants in Starfield. In the text, he basically asked the question of how gas giants will be explored, considering the fact that these planets don't have any type of surface for people to walk on. He uses planets like Jupiter and Saturn as the main examples, since those are the two gas giants that we know the best in our solar system. So the other two we do know are Uranus and Neptune, of course, as well, but he used those other two in his post. A gas giant, according to NASA, is a large planet mostly composed of helium and hydrogen. They don't have any hard surfaces and are mainly just comprised of swirling gases above the core of the planet. And as I mentioned earlier already, Jupiter, Uranus, Neptune, and Saturn are of course the ones that we as humans know the best, and NASA with their great scientists have been able to identify other gas giants out in the galaxy as well. Planets that I am very curious to know if Starfield integrated into the game, and if Bethesda did a lot of research into that so that they could put them into the game as well. But for the sake of this video, we should probably focus on these main four that we do know in our own solar system. On the basis of why these planets are going to be such an interesting sight for people to see in the game, we have to bring ourselves down to the fundamental basis of why they are uninhabitable for humans. Gas giants, like I said already, have no hard surface for you to walk on, so that's already one reason why. On the other hand, considering the planets are made entirely of gas, that would mean that there are probably a crap ton of gases inside of the planet and outside that are just not good and toxic for people to breathe in. Another point to that is that the planet itself, in the case of Jupiter, Saturn, Neptune, and Uranus, are very far from the sun, which means that the planets are going to be extremely cold. You as a human in the game would basically be required to wear some type of really advanced pressurized suit that would let you last outside for more than a second. If you all saw my thumbnail, you'll notice that I included in a character wearing a pressurized looking suit that could potentially be what you see worn inside of the game. Now, let's also break down the possibility of what you could be allowed to do inside of these gas giants, because I definitely think that Bethesda knows that these are very important planets that you are going to have to explore at some point in the game. One of my theories, and I think this is the biggest one I can come up with, is that each one of these gas giants that you will be allowed to explore will have some form of a space station inside of it that will allow you to be safe from all those dangerous factors that I've mentioned already. When you think of many different popular science fiction franchises, there is always a space station in one of them. For me, as a massive Star Wars fan, when I think of stations, I always think of something like the Death Star, for example, or even Cloud City on Bespin, which acts as a giant floating city in the sky for people to live on. Funny as it is, someone on that Reddit post actually did comment the idea of it being something like Cloud City. Like, what if one of these gas giants is harboring something like a Cloud City where people are living on it inside of the gas of the planet? That would be pretty cool, I won't lie, especially when seeing it in the eyes of humans. Again, other science fiction properties have done it before, so Starfield could easily just add to that list. In terms of what else you could do inside the planet, I'm honestly not sure that there's anything else I could really think of. If anyone else has any other ideas other than a space station, I'd be happy to hear it down below in the comments. If any science people who are looking to want to work for NASA in the future, or just know the space stuff in general, want to comment down below your theories, I'd be happy to hear it and we can have a conversation about it. I think that would be a fun thing to talk on. Now, unfortunately, I do have to add this part into the video because there is a potential possibility that this could be something that we see happen, and I'm hoping I am very dead wrong about it, and I think I will end up being dead wrong about it. What if we are actually not meant to go to the gas giant planets in the first place? What if we're just only allowed to travel to them, but instead will only be allowed to go to their moons? Of course, like any other planet, gas giants have moons themselves, and Jupiter, for one, has a crap ton of moons. I would really hope that Starfield does not make that a thing where you could only travel to their moons, but not actually go inside the planet with its gases. A few people did mention that in the Reddit post, so I just thought I'd bring that up. As I've mentioned already, gas giants as planets offer a very important resource gas that I think is going to be a really interesting game mechanic inside of what you do with selling and trading and using it to build things. Gases normally are used to help run things, so in the case of Starfield, traveling to gas planets to collect the gases inside of them could really be beneficial for your ship. It could be a really important resource for fuel that could be fought over by enemies you come across or traded for money. One particular gas from one gas giant could be way more beneficial and worth more in terms of money. At the same time, it could also power your ship more than any other gas that you find on another version of a gas giant. It could let your ship travel for further stretches of time without you needing to gas it up or something else along those lines. So, like I said, I think it is really important that Bethesda make these planets accessible for the player. Other than the actual idea of the space station where you can actually interact with the characters, I also think that this point about the gas inside of them being a resource is just as important, if not equally. Other than that, that's pretty much all I wanted to discuss and theorize with regards to this topic, because like I said before in the beginning, this is something that hasn't really been talked about a whole lot from the developers, and considering our solar system already has 4 pretty big gas giants, I think that this is definitely an important and fun video to look on with. So I would really love to hear all your thoughts down below in the comments on what you think about this topic. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to drop it a like and subscribe to the channel if you are looking forward for more Starfield videos. Again, your comments would be very much appreciated, especially for a video like this, which I think we can have some great conversations with. I hope you all have a great rest of your day and a good start to the week. I will see you all soon for another video. This is Orion, signing out.